one. And I think that the average person is taking multiple pills all the time just to manage their chronic issues. It's a sad state of affairs, and I'm trying to help people one person at a time.
Hopefully, the podcast expands your help.
Yeah, exactly.
Dr. Kevin, I need to ask you. So like that's a very interesting theme that you're talking about, the subject that you're talking about right now, because as I mentioned before, I think before I don't know at the beginning of the conversation that I love the U.S. I've been there a couple of times. Last time I went there, I ate so much. It was so good. I mean, but I would never live in the U.S. as much as I love that country, and the number one reason for it is the healthcare. I hear so many stories that makes me scary. Like I hear some people they get a ride to the hospital. They need to pay thousands for the drive there. The emergency car, how it's called again? Oh my god, the ambulance. And then
Right.
someone else told me, I don't know if that's true. You correct me if I'm wrong. That after your son is born, you need to pay a certain amount in order to hold your son. It's like a new fee just for let them to like that sounds like a scam. I'm sorry. Why I need to pay to hold my son? It's like a I don't know. There's so many of those little things that I hear. I don't know how many of them are true, but overall, it doesn't give me a good impression.
Well, you touched upon something that is I need to unpack that and discuss it in a little bit of detail. Um, People, when they call me, one of the first things out of a lot of people's mouths are, "Do you take my insurance?" That's the wrong question to ask me. The right question to ask is, "Can you help me?
Yeah.
Is there anything you can do to help me? Because I'm not getting a satisfactory result by taking drugs." And when you go to say a family doctor, that doctor is going to order a very, very narrow bandwidth of tests in order to arrive at a diagnosis, in order to prescribe a drug. In other words, that doctor is going to do exactly whatever the insurance company dictates that they will pay for and nothing else. So by the time you even walk in the doctor's office, your treatment plan has already been predetermined for you by some actuary that sits in a cubicle that works in a different city, has never met you, has never read your chart, has never looked at your labs, has never looked at your x-rays, anything. But they are going to be in the driver's seat dictating to the medical doctor what they will pay for. But that is healthcare in this country. Like I said, I'm not sure what it is and how it is in Germany, but in the United States, the insurance companies sit in the driver's seat and determine what they will pay for and what they won't. And medical doctors are very frustrated by that because it's the medical doctor that went to medical school to learn all about the body to figure out what the best choice is for the patient, not the insurance companies. They have nothing to do with it. So, it, with the insurance involvement, it becomes very, very, very expensive. If you, God forbid, had a heart attack or a stroke and you needed to go to the intensive care unit in the hospital, your bill could be hundreds of thousands of dollars.
That's
And
insane.
that's why you have insurance to protect you from a catastrophic problem. If you take a few steps back, what could that person have done to prevent a heart attack or a stroke? Maybe eat better, maybe exercise, maybe manage their stress, maybe get a good night's sleep, maybe meditate, do other types of things. That's the reason why people go to the gym. That's the reason why people eat organic food and they avoid deep fried fatty foods to keep themselves in good shape so they don't have a problem. It's the same reason why you would change the oil in your car to prevent your engine from blowing up, right? But your car has an instruction manual that tells you to do that. We are not born with instruction manuals. And so we don't know the difference. And so a lot of people wait until they develop a really bad symptom, then they go to the doctor, and then they rely on pharmaceuticals to clean up the mess. Whereas if they took better care of themselves in the first place, they would need to do that.
You heard here first, guys. That's your manual. That's your instruction. Go to the gym, eat healthy, do all of those things. Yeah, but it's infuriating. It's frustrating that to know that society, it's not society, like I don't know who to blame. The government, who is making sure that ambulances and rides to the hospital cost hundreds of thousands of euros, because that makes absolutely no sense. A car to drive from point A to point B does not cost hundreds and thousands of euros. They are charging this amount because they know that's a life, it can be a life or death situation. So this, my point of view is that they're just straight up scamming people. That's how I see it. And that's
Yes.
frustrating because it's basically the government or whatever who is making the laws or allowing this to happen, telling people that you're either rich or you die. Like, what? That's how society is treating me? That's doesn't sound very humane, but at the same time, we're in a capitalistic society. So, uh, I
Well,
don't know.
the insurance the ride on the ambulance to the hospital is typically not covered by any insurances. So if you need to go to the hospital and you need an ambulance to take you there, it's about $1,500. I don't know what that would be in euros, but it's quite a chunk of change. Um, the functional medicine approach to correcting problems is relies on lifestyle modification a lot. So we teach people how to eat correctly,
Mm-hmm.
how the importance of regular exercise, the importance of managing stress, the importance of getting a good night's sleep, the importance of managing your nervous system through chiropractic care, all kinds of natural low cost things that you do to keep yourself in tip top shape so you don't need to rely on medications over and over and over again. We spend so much money on healthcare primarily because Americans don't take good care of themselves. And so that they wait until a serious medical problem happens and then they rely on pharmaceuticals to clean up the mess afterwards. Um, I can't imagine that Germany or France or England or some other very highly developed country is all that different.
Well, I can share my experience in Germany. I already shared a couple of times in podcast. It's very frustrating actually. We everyone who works here has have the public healthcare card, right? We all get it as long as you're employed, and that means that any problem that you have, you can just go to your house doctor, and they gonna redirect you to a more specialist doctor from there, or sometimes most of the times it's just gonna treat whatever's going on themselves. So that's in theory how things should work, right? Um, in my case, in my experience, what happened to me several times, at least that's in the region where I am here in Germany. It's called Nordrhein-Westfalen.